Hello everyone and welcome back to The GoodS. I have a special guest today, one of our children, Mia.
And Godney.
Mia is one of our children that we've been working with for the past couple of years. She's a model, she's a singer, and she's also our face of our up-and-coming fragrance. Are you excited to be here today?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. You are 11 years old and you are so talented. You're a model, you're a singer, you walked the runway at Janelle Fonari Fashion Week, and now you're the face of the fragrance of a Freebird fragrance. How's that feel?
It feels amazing to know that I've been with a Freebird for a few years now. In previous times, I've taken singing lessons with 2 different teachers. I also took art lessons that I'm taking now, and I walked the runway, like you said, for Janelle Fonari on Fashion Week.
And this is the first time that you are a co-host at our show. How's that feel?
It feels good to be on episode 2 of The GoodS.
Awesome! So today we have such a great episode. We had the chance to go to Long Island again and film Elijah, who is 16 years old, who is a pianist, and we had the chance to film him behind the scene with his tutor, Landon. And before that, he will talk a little bit about his inspiration about the piano and how he started when he actually went to Carnegie Hall and was inspired by the symphony. So I know music is one of your biggest passions as well.
Since music is a big passion for me, it's an exciting scene to be here today.
And we are going to take a look right now at the segment. It really brought all of us to tears. So let's take a look.
When I was little, when I was 4, which no kid should have to experience at 4, I had doctors come into the room taking me to these machines that to a 4-year-old, they're terrifying.
Elijah was playing in the park not too far from here, and he said he broke his leg. So my wife calls me and she tells me we got to take him to the hospital because Elijah said that he heard a snap. He was almost 5 years old, and I said to her, it's impossible, that didn't happen.
An X-ray machine, an MRI, the anesthetic especially to put me to sleep. All of these things were scary.
We go through this MRI process and we find out that there was something wrong with our son. He gets admitted to the hospital for a safety precaution because the bone had deteriorated based on the X-ray. We go through another process of emergency knee and bone aspiration, and 3 days from him checking into the hospital, my son was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic lymphoma.
These events have basically engraved themselves into the back of my skull. I can't forget them.
Our lives changed tremendously from that point on.
And from the medicines that I used to take, they used to make me see things. And some of those things I still see because of how scary they were. I used to draw one of them a lot because it kept coming back to me. It was on repeat. I couldn't get rid of it.
We went through a series of challenges with him because the chemo and all the medicines that we had signed off on to save our son's life, now it caused some other problems for him. Elijah is now cancer-free. He's won that battle. This initially started when he was 2 days from his 5th birthday, but he was recently diagnosed in November with CVID. It's called common variable immune deficiency disorder, which just speaks to the challenges that he's always endured. His freshman year in high school, he was resigned to a wheelchair. We thought the unthinkable, that the cancer had touched him again. He went through various MRI, nuclear medicine, he went through bone marrow, knee aspiration again, and no one could determine exactly what was going on. It ruled out that the cancer was not there. But what we can tell you, or what we know, is that Elijah's been a sickly child, and in regards to him being back in a wheelchair, not being able to walk, can you imagine a 15-year-old child who's a twin not being able to walk his first year in high school? So he was resigned to homeschooling. So psychologically, that was a blow for him. He had to be homeschooled, so he failed his regents. He went through a series of depression because he was home. His brother was going to school.
But when I finally started going like Carnegie Hall, hall and stuff, and I saw this instrument. This one caught my eye the most, and
The grand piano.
yeah, and I loved it, the way it sounded and everything, the way the people who play them look so calm. It caught my eye and it caught my ears' attention as well, and then that's where my interest began.
So 2 years ago,
Yeah.
I came to your house, and right before Christmas, and we brought for you from the organization a big piano. How it's changed your life?
Ever since I got this piano, I'll play it sometimes. I'll play it and then come back to it later because it's just something. It's been with me for 2 years now, and it feels like it's been a part of me basically my whole life. I love this piano, and I'm so thankful for you bringing this to me. With the piano, I'm so excited to see it. I've always wanted one.
The piano being here in the house speaks for itself in terms of how it's transformed.
Bring some
outside.
joy.
Beyond joy. It's the epitome of a caterpillar, and then that caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. That's what
That's
I
a good
get-
way to put it.
That's where I see my son. I've seen him transform, and I've seen
Wow.
my wife hold him accountable
Wow.
for the
This is strong.
transformation.
Wow.
Yes, this has taken him to a different level. He's always singing now
Wow.
in the car, and he's just in touch with that musical side of him, that inner being of him that I actually never understood, and I understood it now because he's transformed.
Piano calms me, and it always has, and I just love the instrument. I love everything about it. I've even watched videos on how they make them because this instrument piques my interest the most.
Did you see the progress with Elijah? Did you see him while he was struggling and going through all of those uncomfortable situations? Did he run away to the piano?
He sure did. His piano has been a godsend. It's been a lifesaver. It helps him when he's stressed out. And I always know because he just, any weird times of the day, he just gets on it and he starts playing. Last year he took ill again, and it was it was a very frightening time for us, especially for Elijah. It brought him back to that 4-year-old boy, and he struggled. His brother, we all struggled, but then he started the lessons. He had Julia, and then when Julia had to end, he was very sad about that because but so he was practicing Twinkle Twinkle, whatever she taught him. He was practicing, and then we got the email to say that you had somebody new, and his name was Landon, and we communicated, and then Landon showed up, and he's like this bubbly guy, he's like, hi, how are you, and I was like, okay, I like the energy. And when he left my house, Elijah was, wow, Mom, I can't wait for next week, Tuesday.
Wow.
He was so excited. He really took to Landon the first time. I thought he was amazing. The first time I kind of hovered upstairs because I was like, oh, Elijah was anxious. After that week, I stayed downstairs up the way. I could leave them to it and mind my business. And I listened to them. I listened to Landon, instruct him. I listened to Landon tell him about you need to practice because, maybe he's been slacking off or he hasn't been well. And he very gently, sternly but gently would tell him, what he needs to do. This is your homework. I need this done when I come back next week.
Landon has made my life feel, he's an amazing person. And when I first met him, I was a little anxious because when I meet new people, I don't know how to communicate right away. But with him, I was able to start talking to him like I've known him forever. I felt comfortable around him, and I trust him, and he's just an amazing person, and I'm so glad that I've met him. And with the piano, he's made me feel like I can be anyone with this instrument, and I'm glad that I had somebody like that come into my life.
He waits by that window, he looks for Landon when he knows he's like, oh, what happened, he's not here yet, And Landon's here, he's just taking care of some stuff before he comes indoors. But the excitement, I told you from the get-go, I knew he liked to hear the piano and he would always touch the keys, but I didn't know the interest was
There.
as it was. And when this piano came in, that's when.
We are here with Landon, a Freebird tutor. I met Landon a year ago and I drove him insane, and I told him that I have a child that I want him to teach him piano. And Landon was so excited about the idea, and this is what we do at the Freebird. We just want to make sure that people knows about our program and come as artists and share their knowledge with one who needs more support. So you've been in the industry for quite a while, and you are also a writer and a composer by yourself.
Yes.
And you're working on your own musicals and all kind of shows. So how is it to take a whole different shift and taking the time and giving from yourself to Elijah,
Yeah.
who is super talented
Yes.
and excited? Tell us a little bit about your experience about that and how is it started?
So, the whole process honestly has been a dream for me, and I think it's very easy as professional artists and musicians to get very wrapped up in our work and our visions, and sometimes we forget that at the end of the day we're involved in something that's very much from the heart and very much has the ability to inspire people, but we may not get that direct connection with those people. So when you came to me and said, you know, we're looking for volunteer tutors, I said, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I want the opportunity to give back, to share my knowledge, but most importantly to share my passion and my joy of this art form. So coming in and working with Elijah was really, for me personally as an artist, just a really beautiful full circle moment of all the things that I go through as an artist, all the highs, all the struggles, all those things that make being an artist the crazy, beautiful thing that it is. The incredible thing about Elijah is that he's just so hungry for it. Like from the minute I came in, he was so excited I was there, so excited to have this beautiful instrument, wanted to learn everything,
Wow.
gave me different ideas for the kinds of music that he was interested in. And so really my approach to that was saying, you know, we only have a little bit of time every week. Our goal here is not to become, you know, the next major classical pianist at Carnegie Hall. That's not what he wants. What I felt my responsibility was in this was to just help him use the skills that he does have. What is the one thing I keep telling you to be working on before you play any piece of music?
Oh my gosh. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. You always tell me.
Well, we just did it a couple minutes ago. Every time we play, what do you do? What do I do before? What do I ask you to do?
Like a metronome?
Yes. I got you a metronome. So that you will always keep time.
What are you learning right now?
Well, on the side I'm learning the chorus to Starman, but the main song that I'm learning is Elton John, Rocket Man.
Awesome. And you think you will be able to play in our gala?
Yeah. I think
Absolutely. It's a yes.
I can do it. Yeah.
Awesome.
I call him Braveheart because he has unbelievable courage. He has unbelievable courage. He's overcome challenges of not being able to walk, challenges of just not being able to get up and say that I'm okay.
Wow.
When I'm older, finally out of high school, I want to be a doctor. I want to help kids, like how doctors help me. I want to help children, make sure their lives aren't affected the way mine was. I want to make sure that these children don't have to suffer and be in as much pain that I had to go through. I want to be the one that's there helping. I want to be the one that makes a cure for all, not just for one. And
Amazing.
that's my main goal at this point.
Our word that we always say is, we tell everybody, believe. That's our word, believe. You have to believe. Be positive and always believe.
Be courageous. Be steadfast. Smile.
Smile.
Smile. Communicate. I would tell them to believe in each other and believe in the human spirit. we're in a different place right now. And initially, when this tsunami was brought to us, Karen asked my son one thing. She asked him one thing when he was initially diagnosed. She asked him, "Don't give up. Promise me you'll never give up." He's living proof of the strength and the courage.
Amazing.
So he never gave up. And
Wow.
what you have done, what Freebird has done for us, and what you continue to do for other families is amazing.
Thank you.
So this music has helped our son to transform and help the family. So I would tell families, never give up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Never give up.
If there's something that you would like to say to somebody your age or younger that struggled with the same or had the same situation like you, what would you like to say to them?
Well, I would tell them that what they're going through is scary, but there are things to help you get through stuff like this. Like, I love to draw, I love to play the piano, and I love to listen to music. Those help me through things that would normally leave me very stressed out. When I do those things, like hobbies, they help me. And also talk to like your parents too, because holding on to stuff, especially while you're going through something, it can affect you very badly and you're like mentally. So your family is there, you have people to talk to, people who you trust, because they're raising you to be a good person.
Wow, what an inspiration! Wow! I can't believe you're 16 years old.
I know.
Wow, you should be so proud of yourself. So proud of yourself. You are a hero, mister. A big, big hero. Yes, I think you inspired all of us already. Wow. Amazing, amazing. Segment. This kid is so inspiring. I'm just speechless. What
a hero.
What a hero, exactly. This is so amazing to see how the entire family comes together, and to see them and to see him, that he's so inspired by the piano one time after another. Every time that he's sad or he doesn't feel well, he just go and sit on the piano. This is so inspiring for all of us. The fact that his father mentioned on the episode that he is also, that after cancer now he has an immune disease. Wow, what a young, brave man. I'm just speechless. Just speechless.
Knowing that he's going through this experience with his and his own family, and becoming one of his dreams of becoming a pianist, and when he gets older he had mentioned that he wanted to become a doctor to help families
Exactly.
or children with cancer,
Yeah.
which is just...
What a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
What a beautiful thing.
Freebird would like to thank their sponsors for a generous donation.
At our next segment, we're going to showcase our children who participated at the Dream Big event at the Joyce Theater at the show
Ballet Tech Kid Dance.
The children had such a great time, but before that I would like to explain a little bit how it all started. The Dream Big event is part of our Dream Big program, who was designed by St. Peter's University, who wanted to introduce children to all of our program, but first of all help them find the arts within. So
Let's go check it out. watching that Dream Big event.
Right? I think they had so much fun, and there will be more to come, that's for sure. At that note, I would like to say thank you, Mia, for coming and joining us at the GoodS.
Thank you, Gandhi, for inviting me here.
Of course.
To be your co-host today.
And you're always invited.
Stay
Stay good.